What is going on, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. And today we have a video that is going to be the start of a series on this channel, and this is the F1 2018. Well, it's on the 2017 game, but this is going to be the F1 2018 last the first challenge. Basically, we start at the back with the pole sitter. So for example, in this video I am doing it as Lewis Hamilton, as he absolutely annihilated the field in qualifying by about 7/10 if I do remember correctly. So you can see we're just sort of messing about with the settings there, making sure they're all right. And we are racing on 110 AI, and you can see just in one-shot quali now. But what I am planning on doing is running, sort of starting at the back, as if, and pretend it's this sort of, what's it called, pit lane start, that's the word. I nearly lost myself for words, and I just realised I left the notifications on for part of the video. I remember turning them off towards the end, but yeah, apologies about that. And you see, obviously, Lewis Hamilton, and I don't know, it's coming up for me on the preview screen, so it probably is on the actual video itself. But little like glitches at the top and the sides of the screen, don't worry about that, that should be fixed in the next video. But you can see Vettel is on pole with a 22.6, I think that said. And you can see we're at the back there, and what we are going to do is stay on the grid until the stopped on track warning actually comes up, and you can see it's raining, so that has made nice English, I cannot speak, it's 10 o'clock but still, it's not even that late. It has made our life a lot harder. I'm fairly confident in the way, as you see we're moving the transmission on throttle down to 50% to minimalise wheel spin, and you can see just messing about with the brake bias, and deciding to stick with 54%. So you can see you can take some fuel out of the car as well. It's about 14.4 laps of fuel. Not so we have some fuel to burn, but not a lot in the car still. So we're revving up to 5 red lights while the rest of the field is, and away they go. And you can see, just wait at the top of the screen, you will see, there you go, the warning just popped up briefly, and that is an indication for us to set off, and a fairly wheel spinny start. Obviously it is intermediate conditions, so taking turn 1 nicely. I was thinking about going down the pit road and taking it as if it's a pit exit start, so which it is simulated to be. You can see we're already catching up to the back of the grid now, and my preview screen is going very laggy. I don't know about the actual video, I hope it isn't. Which is starting to sell out now. Yeah, that's me talking to myself because I'm absolute sadder. You see the two salvers there of Ericsson and Verline having a nice scrap there for 18th and 19th place, obviously ourselves in 20th. Braking for the braking zone of 9 and 10, chicane there, revving it out in 4th, 5th, up into 6th, up into 7th now, downshifting 2 gears into 11 and 12 into 5th, taking it nice and cautiously in the first bit, a bit aggressive on the second bit. They're trying to maximise lap time, you want to get as much on the curb as possible. You see we're already on the back of Ericsson and getting the tail out nice and happy there. And I could feel it in the force feedback in my wheel that the car was very unstable at the start of the race, while we got used to sort of driving it, if you will. So you can see we're thinking about sizing up some moves on the two salvers, Ericsson and Verline. Going into turn 1, absolutely Jehovah in that, and exceeding the track limits on the exit of 1, and actually receiving a warning there, so we need to be a good boy. But diving it up the inside of Marcus Ericsson, we'll see if we can hang it around the outside of 4, and yes we do there, just nicely. Next up is of course his teammate of Pascal Wehrlein. Coming into the second sector now, there's not many overtaking spots around this track as seen in the real life Grand Prix just over 12 hours ago. And Wehrlein actually, I think, not locking up there, and he's just gone wide and opened up a gap at the inside for us to sweep through, and that is us up into 18th place. So we are gaining positions about two places per lap, excluding lap 1, so we're getting 2 on lap 2, and we've got a good 3 cars here in front of us, Van Dorn, Palmer and Stroll. We're going to look to the inside of Van Dorn, a cheeky let Palmer know that we are in fact in his mirrors. So we got past the McLaren there, a Stoffel, the Waffle, a sitting duck on the straight, and Palmer, he's got all out of shape. We're banging side pod, my wheel with his side pod, and we're going round the outside, and that's a beautiful move held by us. Next up is the Williams rookie driver of Lance Stroll, the 18-year-old car driver number 18, of course, in 15th place. So obviously this is the 15th now, and we're making up some good positions, solving through the pack quite well. To say it's as punched out as it is, but that is us, getting very tail happy on the exit of 1, and now cutting on to lap 5. Behind Danica Kvyat and Alonso there, you can see Magnussen, I think that's Grosjean further up the road. And we're going to be sizing a move up on Kvyat now, surely not into the fast left-right, and surely not. And we do actually go up the inside of 11, hanging it around the outside of 12. As you can see on board with Kvyat now, after the incident between me and him, you can see he just clearly turns in there, and there was nothing that we could have done really to prevent that. If there is a slight cut in the audio, then I thought there was someone downstairs. It was my mum just coming back in. She's been out somewhere, so I crap myself and just stop the commentary, but that's another move on Alonso there, getting back to the action, right behind Grosjean now, and well, people are going to have to start pitting now, I will, because of their their tyre wear. So you can see that's put us up into 7th place, and Bottas, who was leading the race, I think, is now pitted in front of us, and he's just come out just a few tenths up the road there, and he's stuck behind Perez, and we're nearly losing our front wing there, despite it being on the full sort of setting for damage simulation. I'm surprised we didn't get any damage as we're up the inside there of our teammate Bottas, and he's given us a right good tap on the rear, and that is up into 6th place there, and you can see just briefly showing the tyre wear, and it's not looking too healthy there, as that's lap 13 now, up the inside of Perez, and we're hanging it around the outside there like we did on another driver earlier on in the race, and that is us up into P5 from 20th on the grid, and losing about 10 seconds to the rest of the field. And so going on to the penultimate lap of the race now, and you can see we're all over the back of Vettel. We're absolutely flying. We've left the other 2 cars of Perez and Bottas for dust, and well, I'm just going to be honest, I didn't mean to overtake there. The car was just very unstable going into the braking zone of I think that's turn 13 there, where Daniel Ricciardo made a lot of his overtakes in the real life Grand Prix. But you see we're coming home in P4 to claim our, nearly our first podium of the series, and that is some good points for Mercedes.
That's a fantastic performance from Ferrari. It hardly looked in doubt. Anthony, what do you think made the difference here?
Well, they clearly have a car that comes alive in the kind of conditions we were dealing with today. It's a very balanced package in the wet, and what that means is that the drivers have confidence to attack. And having that confidence gets you on the power earlier, it lets you brake later, and can put you a long way up the road.
So, here they come now, out onto the podium. Wherever you go, anywhere in the world, the prancing horse flags are dominant in the grandstands, and they're out in force again today. It's Ferrari on the top step once more. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson.
So you can see the post-race results screen there. Kimi Raikkonen winning the race ahead of Max Verstappen, Daniel Ricciardo and ourselves. But that's been a very interesting video there, guys, and I have really enjoyed commentating, editing and recording this video. So if you enjoyed it yourselves, then make sure to give it a big fat thumbs up, and if you really like the video, then why not subscribe to the channel for more F1 2017 content. But thank you very much for watching, guys. I've been Italia, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.